Today we will be showing off the newest collection from Drunken Dwarf that we are currently offering on our store at tieflingsworkshop.com. This collection is called Greywood Village, and we selected it as it falls in line very nicely with the spooky month of October.
Spooky month.
Mm.
So our first miniature, who's giving us the cold shoulder currently,
Turning his back.
is Herman Grun.
Groon?
He's the mayor of Greywood.
From a long line of Groons.
From the long line of Gruns.
The longest of lines.
Mm.
That's like 6 generations of Groons.
All inside that one mini.
Oh,
Ooh.
You
can tell.
He's been around a while. No. So I like the way that they definitely made him. Obviously, this is a profitable village.
Right.
He's doing well.
or at least he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he
There may
is.
be a little bit of corruption in this village.
I like
just a little.
the jacket hanging off the back there.
Yeah.
Got the sleeves dangling.
Got the old.
Overcoat, right? Most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, he just has it draped over his shoulders.
And his
there.
pimp cane.
Of course.
What
What mayor is complete without?
But yeah.
He's got a nice hat too.
Alrighty, and this is Otis, the angry butcher.
Mm.
I was just saying,
He looks very angry.
Well, he just dropped that ham on the floor. Wouldn't you be angry?
Yeah, it was
You
a
went
good
through all
cut.
that work to
he's
make
throwing a
ham.
tantrum.
He
Oh, yeah,
is.
wouldn't you be?
He's got to start all
I mean,
over. Who else is going to feed the mayor?
I mean, at this point, you probably could have salvaged that ham, but now he's just stepping all over it.
Mm.
You know where that might be true. Who's gonna buy a salvaged ham?
You don't tell me so.
Oh,
You
he's
think,
one of those.
You think in that time people are going on and be like, hey, I dropped this on the ground.
Honesty is the best policy.
Somehow.
Everyone's going to know how angry he is about dropping. Everyone will know it was dropped.
Yeah.
But I think he makes a great model for a campaign. Just the way he actually is. In
He
an
could be
active
introduced in
pose.
a really fun way.
Well, yeah, because it's like, maybe it's not like, because it's like, yeah, he could be taken a lot of ways. It could be, like you said, he's angry, or it could be that he's excited in some way, like eccentric,
Right.
Oh.
Or you drop the ham.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he's coming for you.
Or, it's just like, maybe he's doing his own type of like barking, like, hey, come on over here, and he's like banging his
Oh yeah,
cleavage
he's
together.
just trying to get people in.
Yeah.
Mm. It's his personality.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah. It's fascinating because
And
it's
he
like,
uses the ham to show that he doesn't sell dropped meat.
there you go.
He's
He's our
He's
honest
better
butcher.
than
the
ground
best.
ham.
He's the best
Better
one.
than ground ham. Hamburger, some might say.
Oh.
I don't. Wait.
Right. So this is the peasant with a hoe.
Peasant
I
with
only
a
see one model there.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh wait,
oh,
she's
so-
coming.
He's really charging out there.
He really is.
Look
But I
at him
guess
go.
it's like if he's doing that downward swing, you would.
Oh, yeah, he
be
could just
leaning
go
over.
Lunging
working
forward,
even.
Yeah.
Putting your weight into it.
He's really into
I mean,
his job.
I was gonna say he's really putting a lot of effort to.
It's all clay here, not so.
It's like, sir, I think you got some bad farmland.
Right.
I'll get it tilled.
I'm doing it.
But yeah, because it's like
Very energetic.
yeah, it's like he could be because it'd also be like a really good one like if he was doing like some kind of mob scenario where he's kind of like
Oh yeah, you got the
just swinging.
classic peasants with pitchforks and
yeah,
hoes.
he's
and
like swinging the hoe forward, just kind of jabbing it.
get out of my clay field.
Come on, get.
Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I really like the energy from that one.
I mean, so far it's kind of nice because it's like these are just average people. Which,
Yeah.
funny enough, like when it comes to, it's like what we see a lot where it's like there's always a lot of really good minis that have been really well done, but they're always unique one-off items where it's like, yeah, but what about the NPCs?
Right, you
Yeah.
get a lot of heroes, you get monsters, but where's the villagers? Where's the
Yeah.
people that are just living their lives?
Yeah. Because it's like most of the time it's the NPCs that make the story.
Right.
Yeah.
And you do end up with a lot of empty villages.
So to go with our mob justice idea, we have the staple peasant with a torch.
Ah,
with a torch.
classic.
Because you can't have a lynching mob
Without
torches.
a torch. You gotta
And
have
that-
a torch.
That is true.
Look at him. He's got a
little
knife, yeah.
He brought the kitchen knife.
Yeah, he's got a little pattern there on his cape there. It's been torn once,
What's
it
a-
seems.
Yeah.
A pre-used
Well,
jacket.
Things drag across the ground long enough.
Well, I mean, he's been chasing so many people with torches.
With a torch, yeah.
It adds up
It's been
over the
coming
years.
after him.
Yeah.
So, are those candles on his head, or is that a flap?
It's flat.
That's just a
Okay.
flap. So the front is curled back.
Yeah, it's
or
like
curled up.
like a kind of distorted pilgrim hat.
Very unique.
Yeah.
His torch.
And
if you were
it's-
ever doing an Olympian campaign, perfect.
Yeah.
There you go. He's
carrying
running
that
in.
torch.
Yeah, it's actually that torch why his hat's so messed up. It's the heat from the torch.
Ah, yeah.
It's
Just
just
crooked his
lifted,
hat,
it's
and that's why
curled it up.
he's angry at this point.
I mean,
and
look
I
how
can see
close he's holding.
It's just a self-fulfilling fire at this point.
Right.
To torch or not to torch?
And then
These are
to
the questions.
start off a couple of our more cursed ones that make it better in the spooky month.
Ooh.
Our first one is this little guy, and he is the where is it? The Scarecrow Butcher.
Scarecrow butcher.
He's got a goat head,
Yeah, sickle.
a sickle.
Ah, and then we actually the set even has separate goat heads.
You can have multiple goat heads.
Ah, well, look at that. You can
a
follow a
little-
trail of goat
A
heads
little
to
goat
him.
head with him.
Well, there you go.
He's got one next to him. He's got one in his arms.
What's
He's
he got
just
against the
covered in
goats?
Goats' heads.
Yeah, he's got some skulls there on his belt, it looks like.
Mm.
Yeah, that's something that you don't want to, just meet in a dark alley.
No, that's why you carry the torch.
But what if I'm looking for goat heads?
Oh, he's your man.
I mean, maybe he's not wanting to sell.
Ooh.
And maybe he's really
keeping all
angry
his
'cause
goat
people
heads.
keep
Maybe
asking for his goat heads.
you get upset when you get into his area.
Mhm.
He's like, those are my goat heads.
Yeah.
Then we have another peasant, but this one is corrupted.
Corrupted peasant.
So he's holding some type of rake.
His head's become a pumpkin.
Some might call him Pumpkinhead.
Not Pumpkinhead.
A lesser pumpkin head.
Pumpkinhead.
Is that how the infection works?
Apparently.
Your head
You put on
becomes a
that
pumpkin?
jack-o'-lantern and you're stuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a helmet. Cursed jack-o'-lantern helmets. That rake's looking a little gnarly, too.
It really is. It's seen some action, but it
He's
looks
been
like a really
raking
rough-
people.
Is that maybe a broom and not a rake?
Oh, brooming people?
I'd say it's most likely a rake.
Because there's the
Yeah.
little prongs.
Yeah, that's a rake that
Has
it's been around for a
seen
few
some
years.
action.
Yeah. That rake has
Yeah.
put 6
Looks like he's just
generations
spotted
through it.
someone. I can just imagine the
I'm coming for you.
invasion of the body snatchers there. Oh.
Yeah.
He's carrying the jack-o'-lantern over.
Just slams it on
Joy
someone's
us. Yeah,
head.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
it spreads.
He's pointing away.
It's the
Pointing.
pointer.
It's a pointer. All right.
Then these come for you.
And then we have his buddy. They go to town together, Rake and Shovel Boy here.
Ooh,
And so he is also a corrupted peasant.
got a peg leg
And he's corrupted peasant with shovel
with shovel.
With the shovel.
He's got a lantern.
and peg leg.
Peg leg.
He's really got a lot going on.
He does.
But it's all about that shovel.
Mm.
It
The
is
rake and the
most
shovel.
important
Between the
feature.
two, they'll get the job done.
I like how he's holding it up like he's going to stake a vampire, though.
I mean,
He just wants a better
Because
grip.
like, if you're going to
you know.
bap someone with a shovel, you don't hold that end.
Well, it's kind of like how
hold
when
the other
you choke up on the bat
I mean,
for close quarters.
we're close quarters.
Yeah, when you're inside the hut, that's just one big room.
Fair enough. So we can do a lighter bap.
Or in the current position, it's
precision.
like he's falling backwards. Like,
Oh no, that's
He's
actually what
surprised.
happened.
Oh.
He can't see anything in that jacket.
Because his lantern's kind of back a little bit and his shovel's up. Like, oh God,
He's
here I go.
I mean,
He's
he is on the peg
clever.
leg too.
Yeah,
It might throw
yeah.
his balance off.
Yeah, give the guy a break. He's just misunderstood.
So this is Melisenda,
Lizinda.
Lord of Scarecrow.
Ah.
So I'm guessing she's the one that has summoned all these Scarecrow to
Ah,
Terrorize these poor villagers.
or turn
The
them all
plot
into
thickens.
Scarecrow.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Maybe they deserved it.
Maybe they did.
I wonder, because you could almost have it where, since we already have some people like the other butcher, you can do like a before and after. Like maybe you meet the first
Ooh.
butcher, and then some time
he's
passes and you
infected.
come back and she's affected the town, and now you meet the other butcher.
Yeah,
That's
the
not
other
a-
side,
that's
and
not
there's
a bad
Two
idea.
cursed peasants and two not cursed peasants.
Yeah.
That's actually really nice.
And
Yeah,
so
it's a
maybe
pretty good
that's
idea. Oh, and with a model coming up, the mayor could turn into somebody else.
Yeah.
Ooh. She's cruising around on her broom, it looks like.
Yeah.
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 Riding side saddle.
I do think it's a really neat model the way that, because it does have a flat spot for the base.
Yeah.
And it's really nice the way they did that.
Yeah, I really like when they because they're able to incorporate, in this case, the robe here to supporting the model, but it still looks very natural.
But
Very nice.
it's on that piece of glass for a reason, so she doesn't stand on her own.
Come on. She
Really
doesn't
gotta-
stand, she levitates.
She doesn't do that on her own either.
Really got to appreciate the energy in all these models. They look like something's happening, movement or an action.
All right. Next up is the Cursed Rider. And so he's got little poofs of fire coming off the bottom of the horse, and
Okay.
Got himself a hell steed.
yeah, I think that's really cool looking.
Got a torch in his hand as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah,
He's got to see his way somehow. Yeah, it's
Actually, I might have actually got this just mixed up.
Oh,
That might
uh-oh.
be the Knight Rider,
oh,
Yeah, I think it is.
but the other one doesn't seem any more cursed. Names are confusing.
mm.
So this is either the Cursed Rider or the Knight Rider, and the next one is also one of those two.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
I'm
I'll
pretty
make
sure.
sure to-
Yeah, I think this would be.
He looks like
Knight
he's.
Rider.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
Probably.
looks pretty.
Because he has a normal, like a relatively normal face and everything.
When you see the
Maybe
next
this
one,
is,
He doesn't seem overly cursed either.
Well, they're both cursed in their
They're-
own
They're
way.
both
Yes,
cursed in their own
yeah.
way, 'cause they're stuck in this.
He can never
world.
stop riding
Yeah, they're living in this village. It doesn't seem like it's a very enjoyable place.
unless you enjoy Scarecrow.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess
No,
this
that's
one looks a
definitely
little
that's
bit more cursed.
definitely cursed.
You got like this pitchfork thing.
He's got some drapes hanging off, like some sheets or something on the horse there, all tattered.
Yeah, so this is probably the cursed one, and that
Yeah.
one's probably the Night one.
Yeah.
Perhaps it
Yeah,
was some dust being kicked up by the horse on the other one.
Perhaps. It looks like fire though.
Maybe he's got some magic.
Magic
Maybe.
He's coming
Two
here
of
to
the
rid
hoods
the
light up.
village.
every time.
Man, with that pitchfork, he could
Yeah.
lance you, but he might miss.
He's
Go
part
right
of
in
the
between
he's
it.
part of the mob. You know, he's
Ah.
bringing the pitchfork.
Oh yeah.
But he's coming from the next town over, so he had to take a horse.
Oh, okay.
Once he gets there, he'll get off and he'll just join and
Join in
take
the
out
mob.
his
Yeah.
outfit on, put on his pumpkin head and go to town.
Yeah.
Go to town.
He missed the last cult meeting, of course.
He's upset.
Oh, and that's when they decided on the pumpkin head. So
Yeah,
he just doesn't know yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
he shows up, they're gonna be like,
Where's your
we,
pumpkin?
we discussed this at the last meeting. I didn't
Yeah.
make it. I'm sorry.
Turns out
guys."
that's the whole story with the headless horseman. He just missed the memo, and that's why
Oh,
he's
no.
now having to carry his pumpkin with him.
He's trying to
And
hide his
head's
face.
inside
Yeah.
his suit.
Yeah.
Doesn't want
So it
anyone
makes
to
him
see
look
him.
taller, but his arms are actually at the way bottom of that armor.
I
Yeah.
think we cracked the
Yay.
code.
You
There you
cracked the code.
That whole story all solved.
Just a big misunderstanding.
Yeah.
So the next two models are definitely some of the nicer ones that I really like from this set. Like when you look at the sets to decide which ones to pick, these
Oh.
are definitely the two that really stood out. And so this
Yeah.
is the
This-
animated Scarecrow.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say this one didn't appear to be human at all.
No,
No.
but it's to me it's the mixture of the corn stalks, the cape,
How it's all
and
bundled
then his
together.
hands are like metal claws.
Yeah. Like scrap metal just kind of sharpened
And
together.
that wicked grin.
Yeah, it's so good.
He's
Like
very
I really like
nice.
the metal claws. I think it adds so much to the concept of a scary Scarecrow.
That'd be a real fun one to run into out in the darkness of the night.
Yeah, or it's like it'd be really cool if you had like an encounter, like it'd be a boss scenario where you had the Scarecrow and the Lord
Right.
of the Pumpkins.
right.
You know,
That
where
would
it's
be a
like
good
you're
one.
having to deal with the Lord while this thing's also clumbering around at you, and be pretty
Or and grab you in those big ass claws.
yeah.
Yes.
And then the other of the two is this one, and he is the animated Scarecrow with a scythe.
Classic. Ooh, he's got a buzzard there with him.
Yeah, he does.
It's not his friend. The buzzard just hangs around for the aftermath.
And then there is a scatter buzzard
Ah,
as well.
Ooh.
very nice. I like that scythe.
It'd be like
Very beat up.
it could almost be with having the other budget, you could almost make it where it's like a calling card or a foreshadowing item.
Right.
Ooh, that you see the buzzard hanging around and then he shows up.
Yeah, like you see it and then you like look around, you see him like off in the distance.
I
but
like
it's,
that.
Like not animated or something.
I like how he's off in he's in a conquering stance.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah, he's about to
the
come
Captain
forth.
Morgan.
Yeah,
There it is.
he knows he's about to mess stuff up.
We'll take this village by dawn, or we won't exist.
And another one to throw on there is this is a pumpkin piece of scatter, as I almost knocked the guy over.
That's a weird pumpkin.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Some may call it a gourd.
Oh,
gourd.
perhaps it's a gourd.
Yeah. Good old pumpkin man.
Pumpkin.
Very nice.
All right. Then next up, that's part of the setup. I believe these were released last year. This is, but they were re-released with the rest of the set. And this is the Shepherdess,
Ah,
and she is standing on top of a sheep.
I
So
see that.
I don't know how good at your job you are if you're
Little
standing
Bo
on top of the
Peep
dead sheep.
Well, maybe it's the fact that like kind of with some of the similar thing. Maybe it's just the fact that like now she's a shepherdess. Maybe she's really good at what she does. But now that you've killed one of her sheep,
Oh,
she's up
Oh,
for vengeance.
something
that's true.
killed her. She. Oh.
Yeah, she's not the nicest of people when you kill her animals.
Scarecrows are gonna
Fair
pay.
enough.
You know, Mary had a little lamb gone dark.
Ooh.
And this is another one that was released last year, but then re-released this year. And this is the Executioner.
Yeah,
Ah.
I believe this was a collaboration between Drunken Dwarf and Darkest Desires.
Oh, very
I
nice.
can see that.
And this is the model that I was thinking, if when the mayor when he gets changed, since this is a bulkier guy as well.
It is very similar.
And so maybe the mayor becomes the executioner.
It would make sense. That
He's got that same body structure.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because if we
Yeah.
throw the mayor back up there.
Yeah, look at that.
yeah, he could definitely become. the
Definitely.
executioner.
Yeah, so you could definitely have it so when the witch comes in, the
Corrupts
mayor
the
gets
village
turned
or-
into the
Yeah.
the executioner.
I really like this.
They actually do have a very similar stature. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Most of that could be accounted, like the little bit being a little bit bigger could be accounted just the hood being taller, the jacket being a bit bulkier.
And then
Little dark
we
magic.
have a well. The well does have a top that goes with it. And so I think you could do it with or without the top. And then 2 little sets of candles
All
Ooh.
right.
as additional scatter.
Nice. Yeah, you can
Very
have that.
nice.
You know, it's like maybe when you're finding the Lord for the first time. Maybe she's even doing something. Maybe she's poisoning the well, and that's how this is
Yeah.
spreading.
That's true. Or you have the scene where she's decided that they've wronged her enough, and that's where you find her the first time is when she's poisoning the well. But you've
Mm.
already been at the town a little bit,
Yeah.
so maybe you have the
Gotten
well
to
out
know
and
people.
about, you know. And so your players learn that the well actually had significance.
What village could exist without a well at those times? Gotta have
right,
a well.
right?
Yeah, it's just so far it's a pretty nice one because it's like it gives you kind of like that scary stories to tell in the dark kind of vibe.
Absolutely.
It's not overly grotesque or weird or messed up. It's just a nice classic.
Just enough rundown and different to.
Yeah, it's a fun like scary like thriller story that you kind of like how some of even the early like Disney like spooky
Right.
shows and whatnot. It's like that kind of vibe where it's scary, but it's like
It's also fun.
you can have a campaign with anyone with this set, and
Absolutely.
it's not like overly weird or occult or overt or something like that.
True. A little occult with a witch,
Just a little.
Yeah, but still,
but she's not even the more occulty looking witch.
no,
She's
No.
definitely
because it's like still. I
the
mean,
funner looking type of witch.
yeah, because the witch dress up. That's like a staple when it comes to spooky month and all
That's
that.
true.
And so it's like you could call it, but it's like come on, it's all in good fun.
So yeah, and to find this set, we'll have the links below. Also, if you just go to the website and you search either by Drunken Dwarf, all of their stuff will come up, or if you search Greywood Village, you'll be able to see all the minis that are specifically in that set. And then there is a couple of bases that this set comes with.
Get the old base stand.
My
going on
old
here.
base stand, one of the There we go.
Alright.
Let me turn this off.
It's spinning out of control.
It's a spinning.
There we go. So that's one of the larger bases, probably meant more for the scarecrows.
Yeah, the animated ones.
Or, you know, could do like a small diorama on it even.
Yeah,
It
'cause
already
I-
has a bit of a diorama effect happening.
Add a
like-
couple more scatter pieces.
Because the shepherdess does the goat head does come down a little, so she's kind
Ooh.
of designed to be at the edge of a base, and so you could like have her and the scarecrow standing behind her.
Ooh, I just thought of something. You
Oh
know,
my.
it's like,
Oop,
Oh, he
there
took
they
her
all go.
out.
burr, burr.
There
Well, I was
they
just
all go.
thinking, who's to say that the shepherdess is not an acolyte of the Lord of the Pumpkins?
That's
True.
That's true.
You know,
You could have a very
yeah,
mystery-based campaign with this, trying to figure out exactly who's responsible and who's just caught up in what's going on.
So
yeah.
that's the larger round base. Once again, I think it's meant for the scarecrows,
Mm-hmm.
and then an oblong base here for like the horse riders.
It fell down.
It fell down.
It
There we
went
go.
boom.
And then there's also a more square one that they could use. Like that.
Mm. Very nice.
And there is more bases than we have here that were created for this set. So there's quite a bit to pick from if you want ones that don't just
Yeah, you're-
natively come with.
yeah.
A nice
Generally,
variety.
generally, a lot of the collections that we have does have or do have a set of bases that matches the theme,
Yeah.
and these could easily be used for other things. Maybe you have your own witch that you like, and you just want to have that kind of
Right, that
you
would
know,
work
pumpkin
really
Yeah,
well.
theme.
more pumpkin vibe.
yeah.
Or just boards.
Nice simple one for one of the peasants.
Yeah, just something where you can just paint up and just add that last little bit of touches to your models.
Yeah.
Still admire that one.
And like we've said in the last video, the best way to, if you're looking to get more than one mini, is to reach out to us, because we can definitely go through and see if we can't get you a discount based upon how many minis you're ordering, because we are more than happy to do that. And so if you're looking to get more than one, please always reach out to us. The worst that can happen is that you get a discount.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right.
See you next time.